welcome, my magical friends. Welcome back to the Magic with Soul Bride channel. Merry meet to you all. I'm so glad you're here. I have another video for you today. I'm going to show you my recipe for witch's black salt. Witch's black salt can be used for many things. First thing comes to my mind is to ward off evil. For instance, you could put it at the window and door thresholds of your house, and it would keep away evil, unwanted company, or even bad spirits. But with black salt, and especially witch's black salt, you have to sweep it away after a week or so because it absorbs negative energy, so you want to let it absorb all the bad stuff and then sweep it away out of your life. So now let me show you how I make my witch's black salt. Okay, I've got my cauldron out. I like to do this in my cauldron. Let me show you what it's going to look like. This will be the finished project. So that's what we're after. So first things first, I put shards and crumbs of selenite into my witch's black salt because it is a salt-based crystal. You can buy it in its raw form, which I like to do, and it looks beautiful in the black salt. It's really pretty. Okay, my first ingredient is going to be my charcoal. This is what makes it black, along with the herbal ash I'm going to use. So the way I prepare my charcoal is I take a whole charcoal like you would use for incense, one of these. And I'm just going to set that right down in there in my stone mortar and pestle. You want to do, when you're breaking up these charcoals, in a stone mortar and pestle, because a wooden mortar and pestle would kind of soak it up a little bit in a way. And it's much easier to not be so gentle. You really got to crush it. And you don't want chunks, so you really got to get it out of there. I just moved my pentagram, but that's okay. Things happen in a witch's work. This is a very fun process too. I find it very relaxing to be able to just mix it up and just have it turn into something of your own creation that's very satisfying. And not only that, but it's so useful in our craft. I'll give you some examples of other things you can do with black salt. I mean, you can even use it for things like getting rid of neighbors you don't like very much. You can sprinkle it in their yard or their driveway or something, and it'll give them a pull to move elsewhere. And trust me, it works. I don't like neighbors. So I'm going to take some of this charcoal that I've turned into very fine powder. And you never need to know a specific amount. Just go with your gut and your eye. So, not making a certain amount, so I'm just eyeballing it. It's about how much charcoal I'm going to start with, because it goes far. The charcoal goes very far. And I'm going to put in some just regular, plain old sea salt. And again, you want to eyeball it. And I like to use all different types of salt, which I will show you in a second. Because different salts have different energy. You have regular table salt. I like to use some of this. I have this regular sea salt here, but this is in a grinder, and the act of grinding puts more of your energy into it. And it has a higher shine to it too. So, and then I'm going to take, this is my gray salt. This is old school way the Celts made salt. It's a different kind of salt, but it works very well and it has excellent energy. So, the way I'm going to do this may seem strange, but with this mortar and pestle, is a lot easier for what I'm trying to do because this sticks right in there. And then we're just going to grind it in. And this will come up, it won't look like regular salt once it's ground. It will look kind of reminds me of like snow flurries or something. So that gives more depth to the black salt. I'm going to use about this much. You may not be able to see that very well, but you'll see it at the end when I get all this together. So I'm going to dump that into my cauldron. Okay, now this is the herbal ash part. Now, I say herbal because I am very into herbs. That's what I do. I'm an herbalist. So I like to use herbal ash, which just means that like if I've burned herbs in my cauldron, in my incense holder or anything, I keep that ash and I store it in here. But to each her own. So if you want to use a different kind of ash that's significant to you, by all means, please do that. Some witches actually will take their iron cauldrons and just like kind of scrape the sides of it like this, and that adds to the black in the witch's black salt, and it gives the energy of your craft, your cauldron. Remember, witchcraft is all about individuality. You are blessed to be an individual, and your craft should flaunt that, as too should your witch's black salt. If you have a better idea than what I have here prepared for you, by all means go buy it. This is just how I do it, and I have had much luck with it. So, a good bit of ashes in there. Alright. Now, I'm going to add a tiny bit of black pepper in a grinder. Again, because when you grind, you're putting your energy into it. This is just plain old black pepper, and we're not going to use a lot of it because you just need a little bit just for its energy. You don't need a whole lot. So, just gonna... And the different colored peppercorns in it will give it more depth also. This is Himalayan pink salt. It's volcanic salt and therefore has really good earth energy in it. Like all salts have earth energy, but this has really good energy. And again, it's going to give our witch's black salt depth. So it doesn't just look like you threw some salt and charcoal together. It's going to be in depth and it's going to be very personal. So we're going to add some pink salt in here. This is going to take me a second. So here's what we've got so far. Okay. And last, this is where I add in the selenite shards. And I don't know how many witches do this. It was an idea of my own. I didn't get the idea from anybody, but I'm not going to also say that I'm the only one that does it. But when I break up my selenite into smaller pieces, which I do for my witchcraft beginners kits that I sell on Facebook, I break it up into small pieces and then I really grind those down into shards. And so we're going to add these to the witch's black salt. And it definitely gives it depth because of all the crystal, beautiful crystals. So, again, we're eyeballing it. I'm going to go ahead and start stirring this, and we're going to see how we're doing with it. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to add in a little bit more charcoal and a little bit more gray salt real quick. It's going to be a very relaxing ritual. It is a ritual in the fact that it's routine. If you've done it once and then you do it again after that, it becomes repetitive and then it becomes ritual and it becomes relaxing and it becomes fun. Witchcraft is fun. but also to be taken seriously. There we go. Alright, let's see where we're at now. That is looking good. Got a good amount of selenite in there. Okay, so back to the uses real quick of black salt. There are many, many uses for witch's black salt, and I'll give you a few of them here. You can keep a small bag or some type of little holder of black salt and put that under your pillow each night, and that will ward off bad dreams or unwanted memories or spirits or anything that might trouble you in the night. Like I said before, you can sprinkle it on your thresholds to keep away unwanted energy, unwanted company, and just keep evil at bay. You can sweep it or sprinkle it all over your floors and everywhere in your house if you're having bad energies, and what will happen is the black salt will absorb that negative energy, and then after 5 to 7 days you can sweep that away, and then you want to you either want to take that and then grind it down into the earth or throw it into the wind away from you, or even better, next to a flowing body of water. Keep on your person or at your desk in office at your work, and it will keep away gossip and jealousy and bad energy from coworkers and bullies or bad boss attention, and it will keep your energy in norm. Black salt can also ward off the effects of Mercury retrograde. Witch's black salt is great for ancestor work, spirit callings, and Samhain rituals. You can sprinkle some black salt liberally onto an item or object, and that will remove any bad memories or any bad energy upon it. Also, with black salt, you can take a scrap of paper, write your troubles and worries on there, and then put that in the fire with a good amount of witch's black salt, and just watch those troubles just float up and away. Okay, so most importantly, remember that black salt absorbs negative energy. So if you put it in a place, especially in your home or anywhere close to you, you have to remember to remove it after a few days, 5 to 7 days, because you don't want to keep that energy in your house. And like I said, throw it in the water, put it back in the earth, or throw it in the wind to get rid of it. And last but not least, I'm not going to name names or anything, but there are lots of witches on YouTube, and I saw one young lady mention that you can take witch's black salt and put it in your bathtub to get rid of anger and jealousy, but from a medical point of view, I would like to ask you to not do that, especially ladies, because just think about all the ingredients that I just put in this, and then imagine that being in your bath water. So obviously your sensitive areas would not like it, and always keep in mind that your skin, your epidermis, that is also an organ. It's the largest organ on our bodies, and you have to treat it with care. Like I always say, take care of your body as a whole. You only get one, so take care of it. And that, my friends, is a little bit about witch's black salt and how to make it. So this is my recipe. I would like you to take this information, make it yours, and go do beautiful, magical things. Blessed be.